Missed out on breakfast? Fret not. It's never too late to grab a bite.
So here's an awkward question to kick this off. Would you say we get along, Emaad Akhtar?
Absolutely.
Some of you may actually be good friends with your coworkers. For others, the relationship may just be more polite, friendly, but not friends. Today, we're diving into a classic office dilemma. What do you do when you're stuck in the middle of two feuding colleagues? Has this happened to you?
I think it may have, but I can't quite recall it at this time. I will say it becomes tougher when you are friends with or know both of them very well.
Yes, that is true. And you feel like you need to pick a side. Yeah. So this has happened to me, and usually in the office, I try to get along with everyone. I'm like Switzerland, is what I usually say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard to not let your personal biases in the mix, right? If you're closer to one person, you tend to kind of want to side with that person, even though that may not be objectively the case. Our guide this morning is from the Straits Times article Ask ST, answering questions from readers trying to navigate tricky workplace situations.
Okay.
So here's a scenario. Let's say you work with two colleagues. Let's call them Audrey and Emaad. And they're not on speaking terms.
Okay.
They're very pagro. Meetings are tense, and somehow Brian is expected to stay neutral. Okay. So the expert featured in the article from SUSS says that most of these conflicts actually start with bias. So those gut reactions we have about people that aren't always rational. Maybe it's assuming the worst about someone. Maybe it's holding on to first impressions, or thinking you're completely objective while everyone else is crazy. This happens all the time. So what can you do if you're caught in the middle? There are a few recommendations and practical steps. Number one is to ask questions constructively. So Brian's job is to find out what the conflict is really about and what each party wants as a resolution. So have a full sit-down discussion. What do you want from this? What do you want from this? Let's come to a compromise that way. Right? Number two is to check your own biases. Don't automatically side with a colleague you get along with better, or just look for evidence that confirms what you already believe. I feel like this is the step that most people
fail at.
Yes. Because how you personally feel about someone influences your thoughts about them a lot.
Yeah, I have to say, this sounds eerily similar to how a couples counselor might approach a very tenuous or dangerous situation.
Yeah, I think that when it comes to personal relationships, there are only a few ways to go about it.
That's true.
Right? And number three, this is, I think, the second step that is the hardest for people, is to avoid gossip at all costs. Okay? And that includes your own, because venting doesn't help anyone. It just fuels the fire. So if it's possible, Brian should keep the drama between Audrey and Emaad to himself, and not tell it to other team members, because once it spreads, it just gets worse.
Also
right?
shapes perception,
That's true. And the way he tells the story can also influence how other people feel about it. All right. Number four, focus on solutions. Encourage your colleagues to think of ways the issue can be resolved and suggest ideas yourself. Remember that every problem has a solution. So Brian can go to Audrey and Emaad and be like, this is what I think can help you guys. Let me know how I can help, and actually give some concrete suggestions. And also, you should escalate this wisely. So there are instances where you should bring the boss into it, but don't rush to the boss unless necessary. Let Audrey and Emaad raise issues directly. It keeps Brian out of the crossfire and gives them ownership of the solution.
I like these steps. I feel like the setting is also important. So does this happen within the confines of an office? Does it happen outside at a cafe or at a park, a neutral location?
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Do you think it'd be easier if you guys fought at the park?
I think it's probably a lot more potential for things to evolve peacefully if it's in a natural surrounding. Rather than be in the office where maybe your thoughts are similar to those that were felt earlier.
That's true. That's true. Sometimes the wisest choice, though, is to step back and disengage. When I was looking at this article and I saw, the whole thing about how you should ask questions constructively and how you should focus on giving them solutions. Sometimes it's best to just sit back and let them work it out themselves.
That's true.
Because not everyone needs the hand-holding. But if you are that colleague, like, you work very closely in a team of 3, like we do, say, and 2 of you don't get along, that could be hard on you, the bystander, right?
That's true.
So that is when I think that you could probably insert yourself into the situation and try to work things out.
Absolutement.
Yeah. So next time you find yourself stuck between 2 feuding colleagues, go forth and survive that office drama. And we wish you the best of luck. It's never an easy thing, right?
That's right. To Padre and Emaad, I hope you resolve your differences with style, skill, and peacefully.